Greetings, adventurers. Today I return with Steed and Parrot, companions both noble and at times terribly distracting, to begin a new chapter in our magical story. Here, atop the mountain, we begin construction of the Black Tower, a structure that shall pierce the sky, touch the stars, and probably be attacked by phantoms at some point. I'll be honest, today's work involves quite a lot of mining, placing blocks, and muttering about symmetry, so while I build, I thought I'd regale you with a few tales from my wizarding past. So, prepare yourselves, adventurers, for tales of misfiring spells, rogue poultry, and a certain airborne teapot. Now, as I clear out this mountain and try and make sense of these block placements, let me tell you about the time I attempted a memory enhancing spell, which went rather backwards, I'm afraid. I had misplaced a rather important recipe scroll, something to do with enchanted pies if I recall, so I brewed a spell to sharpen my memory. It did sharpen something, but instead of remembering where I put the scroll, I began to unremembering where I had already been. So I walked into my tower's kitchen and forgot it was my kitchen. I sat on a cauldron thinking it was a chair. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Eventually, I wandered out of the tower entirely, only to find a confused pig wearing my wizard's hat, which apparently I had traded for a baked potato, and to this day, I still don't know if I actually owned that pig or not. But he answers to Professor Trufflewick, and he is now head of livestock security. The moral of the story is, memory spells are risky, and pigs make terrible librarians. As I raise the walls of this future magical monolith, I'm reminded of another time something floated. Not a tower, not a cloud, no, a teapot. Yes, a floating teapot. It was all going so well, until it wasn't. I was trying to impress the High Council of Cauldrons, not nearly as seriously as they sound, with a levitating afternoon tea service. The goal was simple. A flying tray, enchanted cups, a teapot that pours itself. Very elegant, very magical. And it was going so well until I accidentally added too much breezing blossom. The tray lifted, the cups lifted, the teapot, the teapot launched straight through the window, over the neighbouring village, and reportedly landed in a sheep field 3 biomes over. For weeks, locals claimed a porcelain bird had taken up residence. Some even worshipped it. One farmer swears it tried to refill his watering can. And so, to this day, if you pass a certain hill near the birch woods, you might still hear it whistling in the breeze. Now, while I work out this roof design and resist the urge to cover it just with moss, let me tell you about my apprentice, Dragnos. Bright lad, a little too curious about summoning magic and far too interested in chickens. One day, Dragnos asked to learn summoning magic. Now, I told him, start small, begin with frogs, maybe a bat. What did he do? Chickens. Hundreds of them. Turns out he found a dusty scroll entitled The Infinite Fowl and mistook it for a cookbook. The spell worked a little too well, and for 3 days we couldn't open the tower door without a poultry stampede. The chickens laid eggs everywhere, in boots, in beds. One particular stubborn hen sat on my wand for a week and wouldn't budge. Eventually, I reversed the spell by offering them all front row seats to a stage play of Hamlet, performed entirely by pigs. They left willingly, even clapped. The moral of the story is never underestimate chickens, and never trust a Dragnos with a summoning scroll titled anything involving infinite. And there we have it for now. The Black Tower begins to take shape, forged in stone, shadow, and slightly awkward block placements. Along the way, we've remembered why memory spells are dangerous, why apprentices need constant supervision, and most importantly, why you should never enchant your teapot without a proper landing zone. If you've enjoyed these tales and tower tops, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the magic with fellow adventurers. Until next time, may your scaffolding never slip, may your parents stay perched, and your chickens remain exactly where you left them. Farewell, adventurers. Farewell.